Good mornings. Get humble.
I'm sorry for I'm late.
It's okay. Don't worry. It's okay.
How are you, my friend?
I'm doing good. Doing good. Thank you. Doing well. Yeah.
Good to hear it. And I was in the outside, and I had to go to another hospital.
Right.
To I gave my documents.
Okay.
Right? Documents.
Right.
I gave them some documents, and I'll be free for 11 days.
You'll be what? Free?
Yeah, I'll be on vacation for 11 days.
Nice. Okay, you get a little vacation.
Yes, I have a vacation.
Fantastic. What do you plan to do? What are you gonna do?
I have no plan actually. Maybe I should go somewhere. Maybe I should rest.
Okay.
Maybe or not.
Okay.
Maybe I'll do something about English, right? Improve English.
Okay.
But now I have no plans.
Okay.
I think I should get some rest.
Yeah, get some. Sometimes our body needs rest. Just vegetate. What we call vegetating. Just
vegetating.
Yeah, just being nothing but a vegetable. Just laying around. Because we work so hard. Sometimes we forget how hard we work.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah. So sometimes the body needs a rest. It's like an engine working it. Overworking.
By the way, do you have another reservation after me?
I don't think so. I'm not sure. I don't think so. Not directly after you. No, we're good to go.
Okay, that's actually I didn't. I have a link on Angle.
Okay.
But I didn't look through on it. And
okay, let's pull it up. Let's check it out.
Okay, about robots.
Oh, okay.
How is everything, my friend? You look so handsome.
Thank you.
Yeah, you look so energetic. How's your son?
He's doing good. He just left. He just left to go to training. He goes in the morning. He goes to train with a coach. They work on physical fitness and things like that. Yeah.
Okay.
So he does that. Last night he went to play like in an indoor facility, pickup games.
Okay.
So yeah, keeping him busy. This weekend is his birthday, Saturday.
Actually, I want to celebrate his birthday, but I wish I could celebrate his birthday because he is my best friend's son.
Thank you. Yeah. We're gonna have I don't know what we're gonna do as yet. We're gonna have a little get together maybe for him. He's an easy guy. You know what I mean? He's not a guy who requires a lot. I ask him, what do you want to do? It doesn't matter.
Actually, his birthday on Saturday. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah, August 1st.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I should send a message on DM.
Yeah, that would be good. That'd be cool.
And short video. Hello. How was the name of your son?
Same name.
And Tarquin Adam.
Yeah, the same name, Tarquin Adam. Same name.
Okay, then I should send a message and the video.
If you Google, if you look into where I am, for example, you'll see he's the same in the same the same situation.
Yeah, I saw a video on YouTube, and I saw the name Tarquin Adam, and I said, that's interesting because my friend's name is Tarquin and his name is the same. I think his father's name, I don't understand. I didn't understand. I taught myself, but now I solve it.
Okay, yeah. Well, I have a few videos that I posted up there. Yeah, so I'm gonna do some more. Some more in my because I try to have different situations. But let me see what's going on here. I remember you still have the same roommate from before?
No, I have no roommate.
Oh, okay.
Now I still living alone. Actually, still living alone is better than living with a friend of mine, because I don't like staying a friend of mine, because people ideas are so different, and a friend of mine don't interested in
that is not interested.
Yeah, he's not interested. He's not interested in my activities, for example.
Right.
And we didn't get along with each other about something. Okay. He's a good friend, but we don't get along with each other because he is not interested in, what can I say? For example, when I study lesson, he usually usually wants to go out with me, and I said, I have to study a lesson, and he told me, and I said to him, I had to study lesson. He told me, no, you don't have to study lesson. Maybe we should go outside. Okay, first day okay, second day okay, third day okay, but I don't want to go out. I told him.
Right.
He told me, no, we should go out. No, I didn't accept this kind of things, because life is not only traveling or visit or fun. We have to work, right?
Right. Exactly.
That's why I like staying alone.
Yeah. No, I'm very similar to you. I don't like. I mean, I've always lived basically, in my situation. Obviously, I'm married now and have family, but generally speaking, in the past, I've always lived alone. Because it releases. We don't have complications. Life is not complicated.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Not complicated. Yeah. I mean, the instances where I've lived with other people, there's always some, as you said, nuances. Some some issue arises that is not that is a bit of a conflict situation. So it's better to live by yourself, man. If you could, obviously.
Yeah, I want to live clearly, right?
Right.
Actually, I mean that, for example, I want to live on a plan.
Right.
For example, sometimes in a certain time I want to go outside with my friends, but sometimes I want to study on the lesson, but every time I don't want to go somewhere, right? Because I don't have much time, right? Life is going on,
exactly,
and I don't want to waste my time,
right?
And for example, when I talk with you, and we talk about everything, right? And as a friend, as a nurse, for example, your experiments and your knowledge, and I learn many things, and how could you say this? Maybe I think many things. I learn many things from you, and we can, when we go somewhere, we don't only somewhere. Anyway, I didn't make him sentence. Okay.
No. I understand what you're saying.
We can do anything. We can do many things at the same time.
Right. Called multitaskers.
Yes.
Not dimensional. Not one dimensional. You have different ways to You know, life is about experiences. You see, this is the point. You know, I was fortunate in my lifetime to have people in my life that were very experienced people. My dad, for example, my dad was an amazing guy. You know, he lived through World War II. He was born at the beginning of World War One. He lived through World War II. He was in London during the times when they were bombing England, the Germans and Nazis. You know, he was a person who was an erudite person. He was a lawyer, a owner of race horses, a pianist at 9 years old, a concert pianist at 9. He was a child prodigy. So, but I learned, I got experience from listening to him, right? And then I had another person who was very instrumental at a year. It was a lady that was my acting mentor, who was an old Russian. She was Russian from Georgia, from Tbilisi, but she was there during the years of the Bolshevik Revolution, you know. And she studied with some of the great masters, like she knew Pavlov and Stanislavski. She was a Broadway actress, you know, things like that. You know what I mean? But the most important thing was is that her mind was different. Her mind was different. Okay,
exactly.
She didn't have what we call a conventional mind. You know, in the world today, people have conventional minds. Okay, in other words, they think they think based on the information they receive, rather than taking information and then making their perception on it. You see, you know, they've analyzing it. You know, so so it's important to do that, to be analytical.
Yeah.
Right.
And I have the news. And I went to I went to the hospital, as I said, and I saw my new hospital. I like my hospital environment, and I saw hospitals inside, and I go in hospital.
I went
in hospital.
Went into the hospital.
Hospital.
Or you could say I entered the hospital.
Could you write this, or could you say that again?
Yeah, you know, you said you could say when I went to my hospital, and then when I entered, see?
Okay. I entered the hospital, right?
Right.
And the hospital is so modern. It was so modern. And modern, right?
Modern, yeah, modern.
And there was so less patient in there. There were so less.
So you wouldn't say less patients. There weren't many patients.
They weren't many patients.
Or you could say there were a few patients in there. A few, yeah.
A few patients in there, and I am in my clinic. In the clinic, I am the most senior or experiment nurse.
Experienced.
Experience.
There you go. Experienced.
Oh, okay. You catch my mistake. Thanks.
Yeah, I was the most experienced with an ED.
Experienced.
Right. Perfect. Excellent.
Yeah. Normally, how could I say experience, for example?
The emphasis is not X. Emphasis is on the experience. Right.
I mentioned about as a noun. For example, experiment. Right? Is that how could you pronounce it?
Experiment.
It is the same. Experiment.
Yeah, there was an experiment. Right, because the emphasis is on the N, ment, MENT, experiment, as opposed to experience.
Okay. Experiences.
Right.
Nurse in there, and there was a good view, and when you look into the window. No, through the view. How could you say? When you look, how could you correct this sentence? I'm sorry.
Okay, so try to say, and I'm not sure what you're trying to say.
Okay.
When you enter the hospital.
Okay.
Yeah, when you saw the view, when you saw the interior of the hospital, is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, but I need to use with window, right?
Window. When you looked out the window, looked out.
When I look out the window, and
when I looked out the window.
When I looked out the window, I saw a good view, right?
Yeah, I saw a good view. Yeah, there was, when I looked out the window, there was a great view. There was. Or there is, there was. I looked out the window, there was a great view of what?
There was a good view of big lands, right? Big land, and there is a land in Istanbul.
Okay, you're talking about open space. When I looked out the window, I saw a great view, a good view of the open space, open land. This land didn't have buildings, no buildings, right?
Okay.
No, did they have buildings on it? Was just like green. What did you see?
I saw the green one. For example, in the Marmara Sea, there are some lands. For example, one of them name is Big Land, and
Big Land.
Yes, Big Land, and in Turkish Büyükada, and another land name is Kınalı Land, in Turkish Kınalıada. I mentioned about that.
Okay, so when you say big land, are you speaking about islands? Like islands?
Islands, yes.
Right. Okay. So when I looked,
I mixed that. Okay.
Right. So when I looked out, I saw there was a very good view of the various islands in off the coast of in the Marmara Sea.
Okay, you crossed it.
Yeah.
Thanks. Okay, I was a mistake. I saw that right now.
Yeah. That's nice. Yeah.
I used to know that land, but you corrected me instead of now I know that not land, island.
Islands are pieces of land surrounded by water.
Yes.
So that's an island.
Surrounded by water?
Right. As opposed to a peninsula, like Florida is a peninsula, because it's surrounded on 3 sides by water. Okay, it sticks out. So you have 1, 2, and 3 sides, but the top is not. It's part of the continent of the USA.
Okay. It's connected with maybe country, maybe a part of city. Okay.
Right. Exactly.
Now we can start.
Get into the robots. Okay, fantastic.
Robots.
So let's start with the first word. Would you like to say and then tell me? I'll say it first. Boost.
To improve or increase something, right?
Correct.
For example, I expected to boost, like the sentence, like the example. I expected to boost.
I expect. Okay. So let's say, for example, right? Let's say, okay. Well, let's go to the examples. An increase in sales expected to boost the company's profit, right? That's one. Go ahead, read the rest. Read the next one.
Hazır dose.
No. You understand the word boost?
No. Okay. I see that. Another example?
Yeah, let's go to the examples. The marketing plan should boost.
Okay. For example, when I play car games, I see this. I see both. For example, if you want to increase, if you want to raise your speed, right? You touch boost button.
Okay.
You should touch boost button, right?
Okay.
To increase.
Right. Okay. That's cool. That's cool. All right. Let's look at your situation. Let's look at your situation.
Okay.
Use the word boost regarding the hospital. Give me the word, using the word boost, give me an example of something regarding your new hospital.
Okay. The hospital, right? Okay. Boost is a verb. The hospital wants to boost the process, right? Or I can give you another example. The hospital wanted to the hospital wants to many nurse to boost. No, this is not a good example. Okay.
Think of the pandemic. Think of the pandemic.
Yeah.
What could be boosted as a result of a new hospital? What are one thing that could be boosted as a result of a new hospital?
The hospital
pandemic. In the pandemic, what could be boosted?
Okay. Okay. Actually, I think of it today. I am not in the, but I can do it. For example, the process of the virus boost in this process, or against the pandemic. No. I'm sorry.
I'm going to give you an example. Okay, then you can understand what it means by boost. Okay, as a result of the pandemic, there is a new hospital that will boost the amount of beds for the COVID-19 patients. Expand the amount of beds, the amount of ICU beds. Okay. So it's going to expand. It's expanding something. Turkey's economy has been boosted by the influx of importation, by the influx of the increase in exportation. Turkish economy has been boosted by the exportation of its products, or alternatively, Turkish economy has been boosted by an increase in manufacturing in the country. As an example.
Okay. Could you write the sentence to understand more?
Yeah. So let's look at the boost. The new hospital will boost the amount of beds available to COVID-19 cases. COVID-19 patients. Okay. Hold on. So the new, I forgot the word hospital. The new hospital will boost the amount of beds available to COVID-19 patients. You understand? Or
the hospital will boost.
Let's say the Turkish economy will be boosted by increased investment. Increase investment in the country. The Turkish economy will be boosted okay, so Turkey's economy will be boosted by an increased investment in the country. Increased investment in the country. Okay.
Okay.
So let's analyze that. So not the Turkey's economy. Turkey's economy will be boosted by increased investment in the country.
Turkish economy has boosted in the country. Okay.
Okay, so boost means to increase something.
Okay.
I'll give you an example. As a result of your new job, you will have a boost in salary.
Okay. Here, boost in salary. For example, like you said, the new will boost the amount of nurses, right? Nurses to COVID-19. I can say this because they are needed.
Right. So you could say the new hospital will boost opportunities for nurses. Will boost job opportunities for nurses.
Will boost job opportunities
for nurses.
For nurses. Okay. Okay. Now I got it better.
Yeah. Today I was boosted by my conversation with my friend Tarquin. I was boosted.
Yeah.
It makes me feel good. It made me feel good. Speaking of boosted, today, some point, I don't know if it went off as yet. I don't know. It's very cloudy outside. But today, a rocket is supposed to go up. Rocket. A space rocket.
Today.
Yeah, it's supposed to up this morning.
I should follow the technological views.
Yeah,
okay, this is my fate.
It's going to
my fault.
No, it's okay. It's going to Mars. It will go to Mars to carry out experiments to find, see if their life existed.
Now, what's established there? Okay, I heard of it yesterday.
Yeah. Well, guess what? Where I am in my house, if I look to the east in the morning, when I look to the east, if it's not a cloudy day, I could see it going up. I could see the rocket going up.
Why?
Yeah.
You might be so lucky.
I didn't think about it.
I wish I could see there. I could see.
Yeah. When the shuttle used to go up, I could sit on my back porch. I have a back porch on my house, and I could see in the east. I could see the shuttle going up. Now. Yeah. And now I don't see it distinctly unless I have a binoculars. But
this is a good development. This is a good development to all around the world. To our future.
It's historic.
For our future.
It's historic. Well, I don't know. It's interesting. I'm interested in finding out whether there's life outside of the Earth, which I know there is. Okay, the next one, because speaking of hazardous,
yeah, risky or dangerous, and for example, living in Mars. Is hazard. How could you pronounce it? Hazardous. Hazardous. Okay.
Hazardous. Hazardous.
Right. Yeah.
Hazardous.
For example,
okay.
Read above. What's hazardous?
The chemical in this cleaner can be hazardous if you inhale them.
Correct. The chemical in this cleaner can be hazardous if you. Now let's relate that. Let's relate that now to your work environment, to your work environment.
If
so
you, if you don't learn donning and doffing, I'm sorry.
What's donning and doffing?
Donning, put it on and put it off.
Okay, the hazardous.
For example,
the hazardous.
For example, math on how was the name of this?
The gown.
And all of them name is donning and doffing. Put it on, put it off. In English, I think.
Okay. Put it on, put it off. Right. Well, yeah.
If you don't learn donning and doffing,
yeah, go ahead.
It might be hazardous for you.
Okay, very good. So if you don't put on, if you don't use your, if you don't put on the equipment, the PPE equipment properly, it could be hazardous in situation for you. It could be dangerous. Hazardous is like dangerous. So another example is as a nurse, at the moment as a nurse, I have to work in a very hazardous environment. Because the potential is there for me to acquire COVID-19. I'm susceptible to it because it's around me.
Yeah, and for example, I am watching the news and the reporter, or anyway, saying the television that in the news.
Not saying, said on television.
Said on television, right? And the COVID-19 will be so hazardous for health persons. That's why they have to so careful, and they have to learn how they treat in this process, right? And yeah, that's all.
Okay. So anyway, the word has refers to dangerous. I was driving on the road and I came upon an oil spill. A chemical truck had turned over and it created a very hazardous. The traffic was diverted to a different route or to avoid the hazardous situation. I was stopped on my my car had a flat tire, so I had to put on the hazardous blinkers. The blinkers that you when you're dashed, something you press and it goes blinks, hazardous lights.
Okay, thanks.
Great. Okay, let's look for tassel.
Tactile. Touchable. Contact with the sense of touch. Yeah, as according to the anyway, what was the name of this? According to the sentence, right? It refers to touch. For example, it's an adjective. Pottery is a tactile craft that requires skilled hands.
Great.
Can you give me another example for me?
Yeah, sure. As a nurse, I have to use a very tactile touch with some of my sensitive patients.
Could you write this sentence? I'm sorry, teacher.
As a nurse, I have to use a tactile touch with my sensitive patients. As a nurse, I have to use a tactile touch with my sensitive patients. Let's say an example. You have to administer a PICC line. You know what a PICC line is? PICC line. A PICC line. Okay, like a PICC line is okay. When you do a drip line, drip. Okay. You put in a my brain is not working right now. What is that called? When you put in your arm to put in an injection so that the IV could flow. What is that called again?
Drop.
No, like you put into the arm you put an IV so the patient
injection.
Yeah, but not an injection. When you enter the needle in the vein. What is that called?
Could you write in English and I'll shoot?
Okay.
How does work? Intricate?
When you enter a needle into the vein for an IV, what is that called? Like when you...
Okay. We say canal, right?
Canal.
IV.
Okay,
canal,
yeah.
Or intricate.
Okay. Now, sometimes...
I think you mentioned that.
Okay, let's say hypothetically.
Let's
say hypothetically, you need to enter... you need to keep a permanent one. That's called a PICC line, right? It's a permanent.
Yeah.
You put it here in the arm. And it's permanent. Right. Exactly.
That is.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Okay. But when it's permanent, you put it here because the patient will always need that. What is that called?
Intricate. We call intricate.
Okay, intricate.
To open way.
Yeah. Okay. Let me see something. Let me see if they have that in Turkish. PICC. I don't know if it's PIK or PICC. Maybe PICC line. I think anyway. PICC line. Anyway, the point is, you have to. It's an apparatus you put here for like people who have diabetes, or need a permanent IV. So instead of every time injecting, you leave it in and you just change.
Yeah.
Okay, so you need a tactile touch to do that because it's very painful. It's very painful to do that. You understand?
Yeah, and now I see that. God, it's so clear to understand it. Thanks.
No problem.
That's why you don't need to open any way again.
Right. It's permanently, well, not permanently, but it's in place. So all you have to do is change the needle or change the line. That's it. Okay. Humanoid.
Having the appearance of a human.
Okay, very good. Okay. Do you know of any humanoids you see walking around in the street?
It refers in human. Yeah.
Okay. Constantly.
As you said, you told me, right?
Right.
Constantly over a period of time, right? You every time it's like.
Yeah, well, it's it's always there, constantly.
Always there. Yeah.
My supervisor was constantly observing my work to make sure I was doing the correct job. My supervisor was constantly.
I constantly talk with my friend, or my friend Tarkin constantly observe my English.
Observe. observes my English.
Observes my English to improve it.
Right. My friend Tarquin is constantly teaching me the correct pronunciation of the words constantly.
Okay.
Improve my pronunciation to get it perfect, to make it perfect. Okay.
You have a point.
Yeah. No.
I'm not debated, my friend.
Far-fetched.
Far-fetched. Okay. For example, normally, okay, as I said, I don't want to go out, and my friend told me we should go out, and I said no, I don't want to go out. I don't want to go out, and I go out, but I go out far-fetched, right? I far-fetched.
No, that's not what far-fetched is. Far-fetched is something that is very remote that's going to happen. So the idea, for example, of finding aliens, alien-like people, or human-like people, humanoids in space, in another planet, is very far-fetched. The idea of finding humanoids on other planets are very far-fetched.
Okay.
Unlikely, or very, maybe not, but
maybe not possible.
Far-fetched. It's an idea that is far-fetched. Or another example, the idea of finding a planet that's similar to Earth, that has the same atmosphere, the same type of environment, is very far-fetched.
I'm sorry for that. Speaking English with you, speaking English as much as with you is far-fetched.
No. No.
I'm really that.
Okay, the idea that I'm going to get married, the idea that Hamza is going to be married at the end of this week is far-fetched. Now, he could meet a girl tomorrow, Friday morning, and wow, love is in the air. He could get married. But generally, the idea of him getting married very soon is far-fetched.
Love is an unexpected situation, actually.
You know what I mean? Far-fetched. Okay. So that's an example. Or
for example,
give me another example.
Please go.
No, please.
You give me.
I don't have any more. I don't have. You tell me.
For example, I saw a Turkish movie, and there was a man in there, and he was telling that I was in the a forest, and I saw a lion, and I saw, and I started to walking to it, and I throw up a stone to it.
I threw a stone at it. I threw a stone at it.
I threw a stone at it. Right?
Right.
There's a far-fetched. Maybe. Because he is lying.
Okay.
He is lying. It's not possible. He can't do it. He cannot do it.
Okay. Well, let's give it another example.
Okay.
The idea of a lion roaming the streets of Istanbul is very far-fetched. The idea of a lion roaming the streets, walking in the streets of Istanbul is very far-fetched.
Okay. Yeah.
You understand?
Could you write this sentence? I like this. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, I see that. I see that one. My friend, I am not a good student today. I know that.
That's okay. Okay. Now, maybe now we could use that symbolically. We could use that symbolically. Okay. We could use it symbolically. For example, you could be the lion. You could be the symbol of the lion. You know. Okay. So we could say that Hamza, the lion of Istanbul, was the idea of Hamza is not far-fetched because I see him in the streets.
Okay. It's like Galatasaray. The symbol of Galatasaray is lion.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah. The symbol of Galatasaray. Lion is the symbol of Galatasaray.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yes, it is.
Wow. I didn't know that, my friend.
I learned that what is far-fetched. Okay.
Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. So let's go ahead and read the article. You ready?
Yes, I am.
Go ahead, please.
Nowadays, robot. Could you pronounce robot? Robot. Robots are increasingly being used as still-color works since they can significantly boost productivity and cut labor costs. They are able to perform repetitive tasks tirelessly, right? With extreme speed and precision. Scientists are constantly working on improving the computing, visual, tactile, and navigational capabilities of robots.
Okay.
To make them as efficient as possible.
Right.
Because of advanced technology, robots are now able to effectively perform many hands-on jobs, including painting, drying, and welding.
Okay.
Many robots are also built to do jobs that are hazardous.
Hazardous. Yeah, hazardous. Right.
Hazardous to people. For example, the military often use robots to defuse bombs. Others are used to explore mines, shipwrecks, and even nuclear reactors.
Right.
Robots might be used for space exploration in the future as well. Former astronaut
right.
Buzz Aldrin has called on NASA
has called on
NASA to return to the moon without astronauts and build with robots an international lunar base so that we know how to build a base on Mars. Okay, that's a good point. Robotically, NASA has already created several humanoid robots.
Humanoid
robots. So Alden's vision might not actually be all that far-fetched. Yeah, as you said, you told me that today there's a SpaceX, right?
Right.
And shuttle.
Yeah, it's going up right. It might have gone up already. I don't know. I'm looking out. I'm looking outside right now. The window. It's very cloudy where I live, so sometimes it's difficult. Yeah. But in a clear day, we could see it going up.
Okay.
Anyway, that's good. So you see how they use the word far-fetched? The idea is far-fetched. You see.
Might actually be all that far-fetched. Okay.
Right, exactly.
I see how they used the word.
Now, according to the article, which hands-on job are robots capable of performing? What are they capable of performing? What job?
Okay. Painting, drilling,
drilling,
and welding.
Welding, right? You know what welding is?
Welding, it means, for example, they close their face, right, to connect, for example, iron. Connect iron.
Yeah, welding is you welding two things together so that it, to connect.
Two things together.
Iron, right? Exactly. Okay, good. That's good. All right. Which hazardous tasks are robots often used for? What are they used for?
Of course, I can. I know, but where it is? Hazardous.
The third paragraph.
Yes. The military often use robots to defuse bombs.
Right. To defuse bombs. Right.
Explore mines.
Yeah.
Mines.
Right.
Mines, for example, when you touch on it, you explore. How could say?
Explodes. It explodes.
Yes.
Right. Or what do you call it? Booby traps. Booby traps.
It is exposes people to
Correct.
people.
Exactly.
It explodes to people. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Last one is.
Go ahead.
Who has called on NASA to create an international lunar base using robots?
Yeah. Who?
Okay. Who it is? Buzz Aldrin.
Buzz
Aldrin.
Right.
He called.
Buzz Aldrin was an astronaut.
Yeah, he created an international lunar base using robots.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, that was a good article, right?
Very good. Very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a working robot before?
No, I have not.
Okay.
But I wish. I would like to see it. I would like to see that one.
Okay. How would you compare robots with human workers?
Okay. Robot workers don't be. They don't tire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't.
Why today I cannot make a sentence?
It's okay. You're maybe a little tired from yesterday,
Yes, I didn't sleep for 2 days.
Wow. Well, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. They okay. The robots don't be tired.
The robots not don't be tired. The robots do not get tired.
Okay. I forgot to say get. Do not get tired.
Yeah.
But people get tired.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And they work freely. People don't work freely, and they works. Robots works 24/7. 24.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Robots work 24/7. Okay, that makes sense. All right.
Okay.
Do you think the use of robots can have some negative effects on society? No. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed the question. Do you think robots will be better workers than humans in the future? Why or why not?
Of course they will, because the technology is developing in this area, and technology will continue developing.
Okay.
Develop, and
right.
In this case, the effect of the technology is increased. That's why people will need more robots.
Right.
And their numbers will increase.
Right.
And they will increase. They'll capable of doing something.
Right.
Will increase.
Right.
And that's why I think robots will be better workers than humans.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Let me ask you a question. What time did we start today?
As a minute, it was 55 minutes has left. No, it was. I'm sorry.
The reason I'm asking, it shows that
we started. Okay, we started at 3 p.m. or 4. I'm sorry, 3 o'clock. For after 4 minutes.
Okay.
After 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
3 o'clock.
4 minutes. So I'm just looking at the clock up here. It says 18.
Yeah.
It says 18 minutes left.
Yes. 85 minutes has left. Okay, I understand. I'm sorry. I messed up everything.
Yeah.
Okay, I see that. Actually, we started to conversation 3 or 4, right?
Right.
And we are speaking since we are speaking for 50 minutes.
50 minutes. Okay.
56 minutes.
Okay, so but here on the thing it says 18 minutes. 18 minutes.
Yes. I think I have a business and we can speak for 3 minutes.
Oh, so you have extra time.
Yes, I have extra time.
Oh no, because the reason
Cambly gifted me.
Yeah, no, it's okay, it's fine. The reason I'm asking that question is because in the past I've had scenarios where I've been speaking and the clock never worked, and then I have to go and tell Cambly, hey, look, I mean, they give me $1 for like 2 minutes when I spoke for an hour. You know what I mean? So I always have to make sure they don't they're aware of these mistakes. Do you understand?
Okay, I see, because you told me the same thing. You had traveling with Cambly, and you told me Cambly didn't pay any extra. Cambly didn't pay money, right? Paid money.
Well, I
remember what is your problem about this.
Right. I had to inform. That's why I was asking. I was looking at the time. I said, oh, it's 60 minutes. So I didn't. They've been having a lot of problems. They sometimes have these problems. So I always have to be. It's not a big deal. Now I understand. You have extra time. No problem. Okay. Do you think? Okay. So let's look at the fact. Let's talk about robots. Okay, and workers. Let's look at an example. Let's look at a hypothetical situation. You're a nurse. Okay. Now, do you think a robot could replace you?
I think they cannot, because my job is different than other jobs, because as a nurse, right? For example, I mentioned about taking blood. Robots cannot take a blood, right? Take a blood. And what was the word? Tactile. Yeah. They cannot be tactile.
Right.
And
exactly.
That's why my answer is not.
Okay. So you would say, for example, that robots would not be nursing is not a profession that potentially robots could replace nurses. Okay, but if in a hospital setting, what would be a situation or scenario or a position that robots could replace?
Okay, for example, they would sign up to people in the hospital, for example, to take a blood, to take to bed, right? For example, the patient
transport the patient.
Yeah, they transport they would transport the patient, and they would move something, right? For example, I want to move my desk place. For example, I want to my desk from this room to another room.
Right.
This kind of things.
Okay. So they could do manual labor.
Manual labor, yeah.
Manual labor. When it comes to the more tactile situation, yeah, they have to.
Or they can measure patient's blood pressure or temperature. It's possible.
Yeah.
Or
I'm assuming you have a robot go 136.5. Okay, continue.
Yes, it is. For example, they would work in the labor. It is possible because it is so available to work on it for them.
Okay.
Because they can measure blood rates, right?
Okay.
For example, how can I say this? Carbohydrate or carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide.
Not dioxide. Dioxide.
Dioxide.
Carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide and oxygen level in your blood, in somebody's blood,
right?
Or this kind of things. It's possible they would work in the labor.
Okay, good. So let me ask you: when you go to the supermarket, okay. Now, very often in the supermarkets, you have two lines. You have a line with a human being who's a cashier, okay, and then you have another line where you just take your item, you put it on the machine, and the machine gives it a code, and then you pack it yourself. Okay.
Okay.
Now, which one do you take, and why?
I would take robots place because they would work so fast faster than human, right?
Okay.
And I would prefer robot side.
Oh, okay. So you prefer the robot.
Which one do you prefer?
I don't know. I tend
Which one you would prefer?
I don't know what it is, but I always like to go to the human being. I always like, because the robot, they don't say, "Hi, how are you? Are you having a good day today?" No. Oh, yeah, I'm doing good. They don't have that human touch to it. You know what I mean? The robot, you go there, click. Now, if you notice, most of the supermarkets or things like that, not a lot of this, but the big chains, they're replacing the workers, the cashiers, with robots. So now you have it. Before maybe one or two, but now it's like half and half. Pretty soon they're going to replace all the workers. So what is that going to mean? What is robots going to do to the society eventually? What is it going to create?
Actually, before that, it's create, right? Robots would create unemployment for humans.
Right. Exactly.
Because they replacement of human.
Correct.
And they work every time.
Right.
They would work every time. That's why it's create a problem for humans' future.
Exactly. Because over time, there'll be less unskilled laborers, unskilled people like, people who need jobs like working, as you mentioned, in cashiers or doing these kinds of jobs. They're no longer going to exist. So you're going to have some kind of degree of qualification, right?
Yeah, right.
Now, what's the benefit to the employer? What's the benefit to the employer?
The first full benefit of the employer because they don't want to give money.
Right.
Most of them. Is it?
Yeah, money. They don't have to pay health insurance. No health insurance.
Yeah.
No.
They only give. They would only give some money to buy robots, but they would never any extra money later.
Exactly.
And that's why employer wants to buy this technology to use it, and they would take any human.
Right. Exactly. So basically, the employer, he's going to benefit. Maybe not in the short run, because probably the robot is more expensive, right? To have one robot might cost, let's say, $100,000. I don't know.
In the future, yeah, I mentioned about it.
But over time, it'd be more cost effective. Now, the only thing is, if anything happens to the robot, it has to be fixed, right? So that might be expensive. But imagine, you go to the supermarket. Good morning, Hamza. How are you, Hamza?
Hi. Robot would be say, hi, terrestrial, right? Terrestrial. It's. How could you? I want to write
terrestrial, like a
terrestrial. Yeah. Hi, terrestrial.
Hi, terrestrial.
Are you there?
I am here. Good morning. How are you? Good.
But they would be more effective. Yeah.
I guess so.
But not me.
Okay, so that's very interesting. That's a very. Do you think you? Okay, so we talked a little bit about it. Do you think the use of robots can have some negative effects on society? So we talked about that, right? We talked about unemployment, right?
Yeah.
Talk unemployment. We talked about, okay, so what, as a result of unemployment, what does that mean exactly? What could happen?
Unemployment, or
as a result of unemployment, what would be the consequences of unemployment in the society if robots replace these people?
Unemployment would increase. That's why I'll use to translate to tell you this kind of things. Yes. Yes. It will affect consumption and production.
Consumption,
right? Directly.
Right.
It will directly affect consumption and production because people would not. The number of the employed people. Right? For example, if the people unemployed, in how could you pronounce it? Unemployed.
If the people are unemployed.
Unemployed people would not get something, right? Because they have no money.
Correct.
And then it would be affect economy directly. No, indirectly.
Indirectly. Yeah.
Because
I wouldn't think it would be indirect. I think it would be directly. If they're unemployed people, then what are some of the consequences of unemployed people? What could unemployed people lead to?
Okay. They would they would not find the job easily, right?
Okay.
Finding a job would be so difficult.
Right.
than now.
So what would be the consequences of that? If they cannot find a job, then what happens?
That's a good question for me. They might be okay. For example, normally I work $2,000, right? But in this case, people would accept less than minimum wage, right?
Right.
Because they have no work, they have no choice,
right.
And price would salary would not increase.
Okay.
To people.
Okay. So let's look at the consequences. Okay. If people are unemployed, number one is that means that they're on the street. Okay. They're not going to have places to live. That you could create homeless people. The government would need to subsidize these people because they have to find ways to keep them alive. So they would have to find maybe some kind of social environment for them to be put, like homeless homes, or they have to feed them by food, giving them food banks, or whatever the circumstance may be. Also, it's going to lead to crime, because if people are unemployed, they need money. They need money to live. So they may find alternative ways to make money, like selling drugs, like committing robberies and doing bad things. You understand?
I see. Yeah, completely true.
Right. So
I will talk them same things.
Right. So these are all the consequences of people being unemployed. So when you have a disparity in society, where you have wealthy people and poor people, and those are the destitute people, they feel completely alienated, disenchanted with the circumstances. So what are they going to do? They're going to protest. They're going to stand up and say, no more, no more. We want equality.
Okay.
You understand?
That's it. It makes sense. Yes, I see.
Right.
Teacher, I enjoyed so lot the lesson. And I was a little tired.
That's okay.
And that's why I'm not today.
That's okay, Hamza.
But I'm so happy because of you, because when I talk with you, I usually feel so hopefully. Not hopefully. Hopeful, right? And thank you for teaching me everything.
You're welcome. The idea is for you to think, not to see the obvious, but to see the consequences of the obvious. You know what I mean? To see behind the layers of things. It's easy to see that you're wearing a red shirt, but what does that red shirt mean? What color is it? What's the insignia on the red shirt mean? You understand? That's the difference. One must dig deeper into it. Yeah. Okay.
Beyond of the meaning.
Exactly. So we have to understand these things, because when we understand these things, like when you're in the hospital and they said, okay, the guy comes and he has a fever. Okay, he has a fever. Give him some ibuprofen and send him home. But guess what? Why does he have a fever? What are the reasons he has a fever? Let's find out that reasons, okay? So if you don't do the investigation, you send some guy home, guess what? He has COVID-19. He goes home, he spreads it to everybody that he encounters on the bus, train, the community. Boom. You need to investigate.
Yeah. I need to investigate.
Anyway, Hamza, you're doing a good job. Get some rest.
Yeah, I
go take a go take a rest and relax today. You're off for the next 11 days. Take a little vacation.
But we have another reservation with you. We have so many reservations, and I'll be here with you.
No problem, brother. I'm here for you. Okay. All right.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you for everything.
You take care. How you say bye? Gule.
Güle güle. Bye bye. You say bye. Bye bye.